First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity, and I want to thank the people who helped me and supported me to get here. But for the next 3 or 4 years, I will be attending the University of Florida. Hey, the University of Florida. Let's go, baby.
It's the biggest step for an athlete. They dreamt as long as they can remember about this moment. Playing sports at a college level lives inside their heads. Now, they get to choose their path.
Nebraska.
Clemson University.
Stanford University.
And the Ohio State.
But at what cost?
College football kicker who's forced to choose between two things he loves, his popular YouTube channel and his football team.
His name is Donald Delahaye.
I don't know if there's any fixing the NCAA.
The NCAA. We have talked about this corrupt organization so many times.
Basically, I'm ruled ineligible because I refuse to demonetize my videos, some that I've worked so hard for.
The underlying truth behind the title student athlete is brutal. Between strict NCAA regulations and constant criticism from the entire nation, it can be trying on 18-year-olds who just want to make it big. But the stress doesn't always stem from the workouts and the big hits, because the true hardships begin before the college season even begins.
Yeah, it's harder than it looks. Like people from the outside will see like, oh, you've got all these schools going, you have to pay for college, all this, that, and the other. But then you don't see the opposite side of it, where it's like they're 17, 18-year-old kids who have to make a decision that affects them the rest of their life. There's so many guys grown men, who are saying this is best for you, that's best for you, this is best for you. They're all telling you the same message, and it's kind of hard to sort out which is the real one. It got pretty bad to a point where like I was so stressed out about recruiting that I was like, I don't even want to play football anymore. Got to the point where I couldn't even trust my family because I didn't know if they had their own motives or not. But then I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. I kind of shut my recruiting down for like a month, so I could kind of regain everything. Towards the end, I was like, okay, now I got it. Now I can make a educated decision without all the fog that's been weighing over me for the past 3 years.
Zach finished the season with a very strong showing, which attracted nearly every school in America. He announced his decision to go to Ohio State on December 19th, and a lot of people thought that the decision was between Ohio State and Michigan, but he told us some insight into whether that was true or not.
People just assumed that it was between Ohio State and Michigan.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, towards the last couple weeks, it was really between Ohio State and Penn State.
Yeah.
So it went pretty much Ohio State for a while. I was going to go there. Then I took some visits to the team up north, and then I started liking it there, and then I took some visits to Penn State and liked it there till the very end, and I was like, no, Ohio State's where I need to be.
And it seems that Zach has integrated himself well at Ohio State, considering that he used that team up north rather than saying the actual name of the school, Michigan. But we were wondering if his decision had affected anything that has happened between him and fans, whether it's been positive or negative, so we wanted to get his opinion on that.
I love when little kids ask me for their autograph, they walk up to me, and it's almost surreal because I remember being a little kid looking up to people and having those kids look up to me. It's kind of surreal. It doesn't seem real, but and then there's another time I was at Penn State for a visit, and some dude asked me to hold his baby and take a picture with him, and I did that, and he tweeted it, and it was on Twitter, and it was all funny. So you get the ones especially after I committed, there's a bunch of you made the wrong decision,
oh yeah,
F you, F this, all that stuff, and all the negatives from the other school, but you just kind of take it with a grain of salt.
And before we move on here, we would like to thank Zach for coming and letting us interview him about his experiences and anecdotes of his college recruitment process. He gave us a lot of great insight from a first-hand view, and we'd just like to sincerely thank him from the bottom of our hearts. Now, the NCAA has been in some hot water a lot in recent years, but it can't be as much as they are right now. They recently came out with this commercial that highlights student athletes in colleges, and a lot of student athletes were calling them out for being completely off on what the life of a student athlete actually is. Now, this isn't the only thing that they've gotten in hot water for. Back in 2014, they came out with the game NCAA Football 14. After that, they stopped making these games because too many players complained that they were making money off of their name. And as I mentioned earlier, this is one of the main reasons that the NCAA gets so much heat, is because these student athletes can't make money off of their own name. And while removing the game was a logical choice for the NCAA, it angered a lot of these players that had been playing this video game for a long time because their beloved NCAA football series was now gone. And people to this day still call for NCAA football to come back, just without the players' names. And I could sit here and list off everything that the NCAA has done wrong in recent years, but this is best put by a football analyst from Indianapolis named Dan Dakich, who posted this video to Twitter attacking the NCAA slogan of putting student athletes first.
This up. Stop the nonsense about we're all about the student athlete. Just stop it. Say this. We're about building the best facilities and universities in the world. This gets all of your critics off your back. We all know that's what you're about. We know you're not for the student athlete. We see the rules. We see the transfer rules. It always gets thrown back in your face. So stop with the nonsense of, well, we're all about the student athletes. You're not.
We have no information whether the NCAA plans on changing their slogan anytime soon, or whether they want to address the issue about college athletes making money off of their own name. What we do know is that they are making an effort to improve the stress of college athletes, and hopefully one will come after another, and eventually college athletes will get what they deserve for being as talented as they are.
Drive on down the field, men of the scarlet and gray, don't let them through that line. We have to win this game today. Go on, highway, smash through to victory. We cheer you as we go. Our honor defend, we will fight to the end. Oh.